And we were hoping that some of the young bats would develop early and be able to create a little bit more offense than we had last year. Obviously, not a lot of offense yesterday. Enough to win the game. It was manufactured by your boy Javi Baez. He gets a single, steals second, gets punched over to third base, and then a sac fly brings him in. That's all they needed because Skubal was awesome. In one start, 6 innings, he was awesome. The bullpen came in, and they did what we had hoped that they were going to do, and B, they were awesome. That is the recipe that I think that is going to lead to more wins than losses this year. I still am very bullish on this team. I think they get over that 500 mark. I don't know if it means that they win the division or not, but I think it's going to be anchored by a good pitching staff. Now, that remains to be seen. Can they stay healthy? How healthy can they stay? How many starts do they miss? And then if you bring up Manning, how many can he add to this team?
Yeah, like Skubal's a guy too. I mean, nobody really pitches 200 innings anymore, but he'd be a guy you'd like to get close to 200 innings because he's a guy who can be a frontline starter, and he showed you that on opening day. If Mize, fingers crossed, finally healthy, Flaherty, getting him right, getting this rotation to where they can hold up over 162 games with some reinforcements. No injuries happen, but as long as there's nothing major, the pitching's going to keep them in it. You're not going to have games where you're down 8 runs and it's over. You're going to be in a lot more low-scoring games where you can make it up with the next 3 batters due up in the order. The problem is the next 3 batters due up in the order for the Tigers, they don't have a lot of guys that put fear in the opposing pitcher's heart. They're going to be in it because of the pitching, and that was obvious in the game yesterday. Skubal was very, very good. 6 innings, shutout baseball. He had, I think it was 6 strikeouts, but 20 whiffs. He only threw 83 pitches, so he's getting a whiff every 4th pitch. He's a tough guy to hit, and he knows it. He's throwing up in the zone. Come get it. He's throwing it inside. That's right. You're not going to hit it. He's pitching very confidently. That's going to be fun to watch this season. Cy Skubal, the run is on. Yeah. The idea that he could make a run to be the best pitcher in the American League, that's not like a homer thing. That's like real. I mean, he's among, I think it's 4th or 5th in the odds to win the AL Cy Young right now. That's real. This bullpen has been real for a few years. The bullpen's real. Foley comes in and he's winding up 101 miles an hour. The pitching's legit for this baseball team. And while I think the offense is going to be a struggle, the one thing I did like is how they scored the run. They might have to be that kind of team. They don't have a bunch of boppers, so it might have to be, hey, Javi, you finally get on? You're finally on base? Steal. Knock them over. Sack fly. Find a way to score runs, especially early in the season in the month of April, John. I know you and I have really hit on this. This feels like these games might be worth more than 1 each, just given how bad April's been. If they could get, what's like a reasonable expectation for them? 500 record in April?
That's what we all have different landmarks. And I am going to use the 30 games that they have from now, 29 left, till the end of April. And I think my expectation is that they're going to be close to that 500 mark. I don't know if they're going to be 15-15, but I would like to see 14-16, 13-17. To me, 14-16, like one game within that 500 mark is where I expect them to be. And I'm not going to go through the entire schedule game, but they have a chance to start off. Obviously, they can win a series against Chicago. They've set themselves up, at least giving themselves an advantage with that first win. Chicago's not a great team. Nobody expected them to be a good team. They go to New York to play the Mets. Again, not a good team, and I expect them to win that series. Oakland, right? Their first 9 games are ones where you're looking at it going, they should be the better team. And then things start to get a little bit tougher. Obviously, they got 7 games in April against Minnesota. They'll get a chance to judge themselves against who most people believe is the best team in this division. So, yeah, I want them to be at or near. I expect them to be at or near 500 by the time they get to the end of April, because April has been, the start of the season, I know it starts in March, has been so bad for this team. In previous years, but also since AJ's been here.
10-17 last year, 7-13 the year before, 8-19 in 2021. Yeah, 500, right around 500. Take 2 or 3 of the first 3 series.
Yeah,
stand tall against the Twins. Give us something to chew on here.
And if they're going to be in the mix at the end of the year, they can't dig ththemselves a gigantic hole. Like you just mentioned, 8-19, you can't have that to start the season.